I really enjoy MMA, so I can say Conor did a lot to the UFC, especially the marketing and all those trash talk. I think Conor did a great job in the UFC.
I know, there's a lot of hate come from people. I know, and I will prove. You give me time, and I will prove it to everybody.
What is he an example of? Is he a sort of an
Aldo.
Is he an entertainment product?
Absolutely nobody.
My dream is to be world champion, have more money than I know what to deal with, and have a great life for my kids, my grandkids.
So what I know, before he entered the UFC, he was a cage warrior champion, I think. I think he was a featherweight and a lightweight champion over there until he got signed to the UFC, I guess. So yeah, let's carry on.
My dream is to be number one, pretty much. My goal is number one in MMA.
Here we go again. I'm back.
Welcome to the UFC, man. So there's been a lot of hype. I guess the hype is real, man.
Great winning streak as he makes his UFC debut. 9 first-round finishes. The man holds belts in 2 different weight classes.
So yeah, guys, that's what I said.
There's a whole nation watching this young man. And here we go.
So that was in his debut with Marcus Brimage. Marcus Brimage wasn't that good, to be fair, and Conor just TKO'd him. Yeah. Oh, so 60 G's, yeah.
He's got a huge chin as well. This kid's the real deal.
I'm gonna steal all the money from the UFC. Hightail it back to Ireland, big bag of money. Fuck the recession.
The superstardom all around the world.
So seeing him like that, you can see how much he did for the sports of MMA, mixed martial arts, and for especially the UFC.
And throw a few more nations on because I don't feel that way.
This is something unusual. This kid's got something.
And when I get to that octagon, I'm peeling it all off. And when I finally step foot in that octagon and place my bare feet on that special UFC canvas, I feel free.
That's cute. That was Conor.
That is why I say I don't feel pressure in there. I do not. I feel free in there.
He just dominated Dennis Silver everywhere. Too much for these guys. And that was Prime Conor. Prime Conor was really, really good.
What did you say to him?
I'm gonna hand him my spit book. Tell him to go back and spit shine that belt and bring it back here. Get ready for me to take it. He's one of them keep saying all talk. It's not all talk here. I'm gonna wipe out everyone in this division. I said that, and I will do it.
So McGregor, he used to fight very confident in his prime days. So everything, the trash talk that he used to say to the other fighters, he would say it, but he would back it up. So,
Going to court justice to me, so all I do is laugh at him.
Pay-per-view of the year. We done it again. I don't think this has ever been done in the history of the game. As far as I know,
he said. So McGregor used to do bring a lot of attention to the UFC on the marketing part, and used to get a lot of pay-per-view. So I still think today no one passes McGregor in the pay-per-view. He used to do a very good job.
I like it.
Fighter who symbolized dominance by going undefeated for 10 straight years.
The most dominant featherweight.
I think that was the best fight he done.
Kicks or an astounding total
José Aldo
of 9
was a
title
monster as
defenses.
well. So the guy that he was fighting for the championship, that was the featherweight division, it was José Aldo. He was undefeated in the UFC apparently, and Conor McGregor did him in 13 seconds, knocked out him.
This town. I own Rio de Janeiro. The eyes never lie. The eyes never lie. Eyes don't lie.
And I think the trash talk breaks a lot of Aldo's confidence to beat McGregor.
In the eye and I said, "Oh, vamos ahead." He tortured José
McGregor
Aldo
was
for
really
months.
into his head, and that's why.
You see fear in my eyes. You see nothing in my eyes.
So that's why I think McGregor beat him, because Aldo was already beaten by the trash talk. He didn't know what to say. So McGregor was already in his head. So that made McGregor so confident, and he knocked out José Aldo in 13 seconds, I guess.
He also was afraid. One thing gets old. He starts getting
That was
slow, he
2016.
starts stagnating. Then a young gorilla comes up and kills him and takes everything he owns.
I think that was the first time anybody ever really disrespected Aldo.
And nobody can hide that shit from me. I put my hand on his neck and I bent him over.
Oh my God. So what happens now?
Aldo's rib is too painful, and he will not be fighting. So Chad Mendes now will fight Conor McGregor for the interim belt.
I gotta say the one.
To be honest, until today, I think the guy that he fought for the interim featherweight champion, Chad Mendes, I think till the day, it was Conor McGregor's hardest fight in the featherweight division, because Chad Mendes wrestled with him, took McGregor down, but McGregor still managed to beat Chad Mendes.
Person that's lucky that decision didn't go my way is Conor McGregor. I'm still looking forward to whooping your ass one day, buddy.
Chad's a 5'6" overblown bodybuilder.
How do you think you match up with Chad?
I'm gonna demolish him. I'm gonna rip his head off.
The notorious one, Conor McGregor, has lasted through the gates of the octagon. Tonight, though, is a big chance for him to truly live up to his own hype.
You know, I always knew I only need one chance. I always felt I was better than everybody.
But McGregor's confidence was so much as well.
Just give me one shot and I'll take it home.
He was very concentrated.
I felt I was ready. I felt I
He
was
could
better
trash
than
talk
these
the fighter that he would still back it
Now
up.
all these...
How good is this? McGregor, Mendes, here we go! Spinning back kick immediately. Tag right. Connects with. He tagged him with two big punches there, Mike. That spinning back kick was nice. Smiling and taunting each other. Oh, he hurt him hard. He hurt him hard there. That was a good shot. There's a good 1-2 by Chad. Looking for the takedown. There's a big power shot. Gets him down. Nicely done. Beautiful shot by Chad.
Like, as I said, this was the toughest fight for McGregor in the featherweight division.
McGregor again. Huge takedown.
In the struggle, you know, when things are going good and you visualize these good things happen, what's not easy to do is when things are going bad and you're visualizing the good stuff.
Lost it in the backup. Uppercut. Chad gets in front of combination. Mendes fires back. Looks for another takedown.
You can see McGregor was busted on his face, and Chad Mendes was always consistent on taking him down to the mat. So he was had very strong wrestling base. So he was taking McGregor to the mat quite a few times.
Dreams to be world world champion of the UFC.
I think Chad Mendes gassed him over there. He was gassed. So McGregor had.
Could he finish him here? It's all over! Conor McGregor into UFC! Wow!
As I can see from that fight, you see that Chad Mendes gassed, so he was really, really tired. So McGregor still had a little bit left on him, so he was able to knock TKO Chad Mendes.
So when my title shot went running,
He was the interim featherweight champion there.
On my eyes, Jose's gone running. If he wants to come back, he can come back, but I swear to God, his day will come. So many people were looking forward to seeing this Conor McGregor Jose Aldo fight. They're going to be looking forward to seeing it even more now. I'm behind this contest. If these two guys are going to fight,
When it comes time
So if you can see that he was supposed to fight Jose Aldo first, but Jose Aldo got injured apparently, so they did an interim championship fight, featherweight. That Conor McGregor is fighting the UFC featherweight champion.
now, I'm gonna kick his ass.
But if he shows up
Jose
December
Aldo.
12th, the division will be killed.
it will be the biggest fight in history.
I am in a state of zen right now. I am prepared and ready to put on the performance of my life.
Introducing the notorious Conor McGregor!
Let's go school this motherfucker.
They said the same things then as they're saying now.
That was an epic fight.
They said I
think
had no
that was,
chance.
for me, that was one of
They said I'd be
McGregor's
number
best
one
fight
here, the
ever.
notorious one.
Aldo was beating everyone and was champion for nearly 10 years. So he was fighting one of the best featherweight champion of the world. And that's why that makes him one of the best fight that McGregor did, and that he won the championship for me.
Too many weapons. Pride of Ireland. The Irishman's gonna fall short. He doesn't stand the hope. It took me 13 seconds.
13 seconds.
Just left him.
You see, that was not nasty. That was nasty. And he was so confident in the press media conference, and he did it. He trash talked and backed it up.
Featherweight champion of the world. Oh, unbelievable. Precision beats power, and time beats speed all day. Disputed UFC featherweight champion of the world. You did it all, sir. Congratulations.
Champion also.
So now he was about to go to the lightweight division. He was going up, and the fight was supposed to go with RDA, but it never happened.
I will be a dual weight champion. There's no going up and vacating. The belts will still be active because I am active.
Mr. McGregor, if you want to come to lightweight division, this is my division, man. It's better to stay on featherweight division.
The toughest matchup possible in the UFC for McGregor is Dos Anjos.
Wow. 2015 was my year. 2016 is also my year. Every year is my fucking year.
Oh, this is in the Sports Center. Rafael Dos Anjos has withdrawn from next week's UFC.
To be honest, this was the fight I would like to see it, but it never happened. I think RDA got injured, and then it never went to work.
Sixth lightweight title fight against Conor McGregor.
Then you look at guys from the top five, Ferguson and Khabib. They're both set to fight. We already gave that fight to Fox. Then we call
that was prime
Diaz.
Tony Ferguson. Nate Diaz was one of those tough guys, really so durable. You could try to knock him out, punch him, but the guy wouldn't go to sleep. He would never get knocked out. he's one of those tough guys that is very hard to get knocked out.
He's in. We call Conor. Conor doesn't care. Conor says, I will fight anybody, anytime, and anyway.
Fuck you! I don't give a fuck what you say.
Nate Diaz, very popular name back then, so I think it was a good fight.
Will fight anybody.
Fuck your bitch ass belt too.
The only thing I give a fuck about is check, and my check's super heavy.
In the fight that the fans wanted to see.
The main thing to succeed in this game is to either beat me or fight me. Everything else is peanuts.
So it's in the baddest badass in the room.
UFC 196, McGregor versus Diaz.
A little bit gone.
He got submitted
The biggest star in the
by
world.
Nate Diaz. But Conor McGregor tried it.
We have not seen him rock. We
Nate
have not
could
seen him
go
test.
garbage. You see, Conor did try.
So brilliant. Spin and a miss. Nice jab by Nate. And a good left hand over the top by Conor. Another good left hand by Conor. Blood on the right side of the face. Takes him down. Real full guard, Joe. Round one in the books.
To be honest, I think Conor was already gassed, and that's why I think in the other round, Nate Diaz took over the fight, and Conor wasn't the same anymore. So he got submitted. Nate Diaz basically won the fight.
Round two. Creative striking once again by McGregor. Good left hand by Conor. Conor pouring it on
But he
here.
busted Nate Diaz face, but
Just miss.
you can't do that with Nate
Conor's
Diaz.
busting Nate up. Diaz world means absolutely nothing.
Too
Because he
durable.
will fight until he can't fight any longer.
It's a bitter pill to swallow. I took a shot. I went at it,
He
and
was tired.
this is the game. We win some, we lose some. I'll never shy away from defeat. This is part of the game. So.
He's got the tag! Diaz!
Rear naked choke.
Diaz has done it!
Yeah.
It is all over! Nate Diaz beats Conor McGregor! Nate Diaz, he just shook up the world!
Hey, I'm not surprised.
You see that Nate Diaz was a tough, durable guy, a gangster. You never count Nate Diaz down. He can always pull the trigger.
This thing's real bad, but it's my business. I've been on the end of many shoots in my leg and my bro's back, so I'm like.
Stripped down, okay? So now he's exposed. So now someone's beating him. So here's the thing. What do you do now? You make the biggest fight you can right now while he's been exposed. And the biggest fight for sure, you got to put him in against Nate again because that's the big money rematch. And if this guy turns out to be a guy who's going to win some and lose some, and at the beginning of his career, this unbeatable, wild Celtic warrior character, that's all gone.
I've got to go in here against a man that has a win over me, has weight, has endurance.
I even forgot to mention he had a fight with Max Holloway in the featherweight division, but it didn't show here, but he dominated Max as well. McGregor had an ACA, toward his ACA, I think. And yeah, he wrestled Max Holloway to a decision. And that was really a good fight. And that was one of the fights I would like a rematch again. Knockdown,
I've got to put him away.
But still,
People's time, man. Yours,
There must be a McGregor show going on.
and I think this was the best press conference ever.
You do fucking look. Now, Woody isn't doing look. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Let me talk.
This fight was on fire. They sold everything, all the pay-per-view in this fight. I think this is till today the biggest fight ever in the history of the UFC.
Let me talk. Fuck the Diaz brothers, yeah? Fuck those cockroaches. Fuck Team
Trash
Diaz.
talk was
And if you're down with
really
Team
insane.
Diaz, then fuck you too.
The build-up to this fight was ginormous.
give a shit what people say. I never did. I never do. I told you before the fight I was the shit. I'm telling you right now I'm the shit. What people say does not matter to me because whatever you do in life, good or bad, there's always going to be somebody.
Not just a talent, but a personality like we have never seen before.
This fight, I'm going to play the exact same game. I'm going to march out. I'm going to butcher him on the feet.
You see, they didn't even touch hands.
One goal in mind. Get that win back.
Right away, he's opening up with the leg kick.
And I remember this fight, Conor McGregor was throwing a lot of leg kicks there, thinking that would take the Nate Diaz posture. But he kept kicking Nate Diaz's leg, but still Nate Diaz was still too durable. And it's very hard to take that away from Nate Diaz. But in this fight, Conor did everything to try, but still couldn't manage to finish Nate Diaz. Still little knockdowns.
Final seconds of the round. 1-0 McGregor.
He got another knockdown. There was 3 or 4 knockdowns in the fight. You see, Conor was really gassed because Nate Diaz was already getting into his face. So you could see it already, Nate Diaz could sense it. That was a wild bull.
I do want a good 5-round war somewhere down the line. I do want someone that
did good in the 3 rounds. So when it came to the 4th and the 5th, I think Nate Diaz took over. So it was, for me, it was to the 3rd round. I think I didn't know that time if McGregor or Nate Diaz won. But I think it was a very close fight. But McGregor did very well.
that can give me that, but I don't think this guy is the guy that can give it to me.
And I think the leg kicks and the knockdowns, that what made him win the fight. Maybe it was busted up. He had the truck hit his face.
Re-energized here. On their feet. They're inside the sold-out T-Mobile Arena. Nasty leg kick to start things off. This fight could very well be tied to 2. Nate put the pressure on him, and Nate just smothers it.
You can do that to Nate, but Nate is so durable.
And
that was a wild blow.
48-47 for the winner by majority decision. The Notorious!
Yeah, like I said, I think the leg kicks and the knockdown.
The king is back.
Just like, I'll fight Nate at 70, 45, sure, I'll murk Aldo in 13 seconds, and I'll come to 55. It's almost bizarre how good Conor is. Right? Almost bizarre. It's the excitement that he generates, the shit-talking,
Who the fuck is that guy? Sorry, I'm late. I just don't give a fuck.
This guy that he was fighting, that it was Eddie Alvarez, and so he went up to lightweight, because that fight that he fought was in at welterweight. So he went to lightweight and he fought for the lightweight championship belt. And yeah, so Eddie Alvarez was that guy that was coming from Bellator. So he just won from the lightweight champion, that it was RDA, Rafael dos Anjos. And yeah, he won that fight, so he was the champion there. So this was his next fight when he beat Nate Diaz on the rematch. he fought already for the belt in the lightweight.
Oh, he's done. He's done. That's it. History has been made.
Absolutely nobody.
Conor's the only guy that Floyd's ever fought that can look at him and go,
Boxing, as you see here, Mayweather was one of the biggest crossover in the sport.
Because he has a lot of fights left in him at the age of 28. And we hope that this big payday doesn't cut that short.
That was the Khabib.
Conor McGregor now under arrest this morning after he was caught breaking out the windows of a rival fighter's bus.
There's a guy named Aldo who is Conor's best friend. He's from Russia. And Khabib slapped him. Conor fueled up the G650 and loaded it up with Irish guys.
Those was the most biggest feuds ever in the UFC history. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor did sell that fight incident. So I think Conor started the feud, I think. So yeah. But to be honest, after the Floyd Mayweather boxing fight, I think McGregor wasn't the same anymore. I don't know why. When I see the Khabib versus Conor McGregor's fight, I don't think that was the best McGregor. But McGregor did everything to be in that fight, but I still think he wasn't anymore in his prime anymore. So, and Khabib was that wrestling guy has a very strong base.
The bus
He attacked the bus.
I'm here. Send a message, like a location.
Very scary Russian guy.
Doesn't matter.
Undefeated, 29-0. I think
We have one more thing we want to show you. But the fight is done. October, Las Vegas. It's on, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a bit timid when it comes to taking a shot. He does not like to take a smack. If you don't like to take a smack and you fight me,
That's it. It is all over.
we're in for a long, long night.
It was very dark, very weird. Not our usual press conference. You know,
he was that undefeated guy. No one could beat Khabib. And Khabib left the UFC undefeated. So I still think he's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. So yeah.
there's been fights, so many fights with bad blood, but this one crazy into a completely different level.
No, did you not see me right in front of you outside the fucking bus? You'd be dead now. You'd be dead, not in the street. Nothing. You're saying it's not about money, it's not about legacy. You're a lying bastard. Here's my location, you little fool. Right in front of you. Do something about it. Do something about it. Yeah, you'll do nothing.
The trash talk was McGregor tried everything to trash talk Khabib, to get in Khabib's head, but still, Khabib was very patient, didn't let that get to him. So yeah, he was focused. Really, really focused.
Heard Conor McGregor talking right there.
Shut your mouth. Ali,
I don't know if he always sounds like that. This is the darkest press conference I've ever been a part of. Pretty dark press conference, I felt.
There's a little bit more fuel in my engine, in my tank for this one. A bit more fire to go out and inflict harm on this man. So in there, I would be calm, I would be composed, and I would be just...
I can truly see the inside of that man's head and smile. I don't give a fuck about him or his people. I always say you should aim for peace. But if you
To
can't
be
aim
honest,
for peace,
this was the second most insane fight. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor. I still put the Nate Diaz rematch as the first one, the most insane, but the second one has to be Khabib's fight with Conor McGregor, because it was really insane. McGregor did a lot of trash talking here, as Khabib was very calm, wasn't that trash talk guy. So yeah.
aim between the eyes.
The waiting was crazy, though.
UFC fans, it's good to be fucking back. 30 years old.
Friends, the wait for the biggest fight in UFC history. Khabib Nurmagomedov, the undisputed champion, welcoming back the Irish superstar Conor McGregor.
I just know what I see, and I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go and do it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to knock him clean out. Make no mistake, competing inside the octagon in a full-on fight is what I love to do the most. So, more than anything, more than any fame or any finance, competing under those bright lights is the true test of your character.
If you see the intensity of both of them, that was super intense. The build up for this fight, and yes, is one of Conor's second best fights.
Clean. Touch gloves now if you wish to. All right.
I'll still put Jose Aldo's fight first.
Pressure right up the back. Khabib's got a hold of his ankles, and he gets it. Man.
That you see,
He's got his feet tied up well. Look out.
Khabib is one of those fighters that will take you down, will ragdoll you, try to dominate you on the floor.
Let's see how it goes here early round 2.
He even managed to knock Conor.
McGregor fires the knee, appeared to just miss.
Yeah, that was what I'm saying.
Right hand. Wow.
What an entry by Nurmagomedov.
He was very good with the wrestling. He was ragdolling.
They made mistakes, and you know.
So yeah, I know that McGregor did well against Khabib, I think. But Khabib was unbeatable. You couldn't do nothing against that guy.
I've been man enough to admit them.
That's why I think he's undefeated.
And that's what I've done. But now I'm listening to myself, and I've followed my internal instruction, and it's just given me more passion and more focus and more drive, and I'm doing what I feel I need to do, and it feels good.
January 18th, the return of a fully focused, notorious Conor McGregor. Ask the UFC who the opponent is, because I do not give a fuck. I am going to go through the entire roster like a chainsaw through butter. Make no mistake about that.
In fact, coming back on January 18th,
so yeah, that
UFC
was, I think, the Donald Cerrone fight. He fought with Khabib. It didn't go out his way. A little break, then he came back and fought Donald Cerrone. That was one of those veterans from the UFC as well, that had been a long time, had more than 20 fights in the UFC, and he did the easy work in Cowboy Donald Cerrone.
Donald Cerrone.
Take your little English ass and get on.
Too slow and too stiff. You're stiff as a board. I'd snap you in half.
Come on, man. Sit the fuck down.
I've had my back and forth with Donald throughout the years, right? It's hard not to respect Donald right now at this stage, and he has my respect. And although there will be blood spilled on January 18th.
When I saw that fight, I thought that Donald Cerrone would do a lot better, but I don't know what happened. He didn't do well. I expected to him with those those kicks, try to be more aggressive, and he wasn't that guy that I thought was going to be.
I'm coming for all of them in this division. It begins with Donald. Let's go. I'm excited. Thank you all for the support.
What have we learned about Conor McGregor that we didn't know?
This is UFC 246.
Don't ever doubt me. You know what I mean? I'll remind you of that one, because I reminded you before, and I'll remind you again. There's no better feeling in the world than that, and it's as easy as that. Say what you're gonna do.
The only.
And go and do it.
The notorious Conor McGregor.
So yeah, for me that was the end of Cowboy Cerrone's era. If you see that after Conor McGregor beat him, I think Cowboy did flopped a little bit on his fights until he retired. And yeah.
I've never disliked somebody. I sit back, smile, go in and put him away in 1 round.
So yeah, I forgot the first fight he had with Dustin Poirier was at featherweight division, and yeah, he won that first fight. He TKO'd Poirier in the first fight, so it was the rematch. So basically now they up the division. They're at the lightweight division, the rematch.
So, September 27th, I'm going to rip Dustin's head.
That was a long time ago, 2014.
Dustin thinks it's all talk, but when he wakes up with his nose plastered on the other side of his face, he's going to know it's not all talk.
Conversation, looking to finish the fight. That's it. It's all over.
I said I'd knock him out in the first round, and I knocked him out in the first round. You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Dustin Poirier, people looked at you and said, you were incredibly nice.
You know, Dustin's at the top of the division. He rose up after that and became a champion. He also has knockout wins over Justin Gaethje and a win over Dan.
Dustin was a tough fighter as well because he had a win against Eddie Alvarez, win against Justin Gaethje. He had wins against Michael Johnson, Max Holloway. He was a very pretty decent fighter.
Was in the co-main event, so he's still right up there at the division.
You were nicer than anybody had ever seen Conor McGregor be.
And he was a little bit more reserved. He was very respectful in the build-up and all that type of stuff.
What does the champ do? He does it twice. Okay, I conquered it. Let's conquer it again. You know what I mean? Do it twice. That's what the champ does.
Everyone, I'm so excited to be back. You're in for a treat tomorrow night, all right? Let's go.
And then the fight happened.
That leg is crushed right now.
It's starting to get dead. Yeah, he's there.
You see, this was the flop of McGregor's career. It was the rematch. Poirier capitalized it, kicked his leg a lot, so he was able to manage to TKO Conor McGregor. I think the calf kicks gave McGregor a lot of problem. You see, TKO'd him.
Fair play to Dustin, very happy for him, and that's it. I don't know where I'm at the minute, to be honest.
You need to go back to the Conor who was trying to take everyone's head off. You changed the world.
Oh, Mr. Nice Guy.
Well, it's Conor McGregor's final roll.
You see the rematch with Poirier, he was being a nice guy. The third one, he tried to crash
in there, but that's, setbacks are a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Defeat is the secret ingredient to success. I say,
you posted something that got everyone, all riled up.
Don't expect weirdness from McGregor because he always does that. Conor is the best one to do that.
I'm going to go through his head, put holes in them and take it off his shoulders. That's the goal there. You must pay. Tomorrow night I'm going to make this man pay with his life. And I mean it. You're dead in that octagon tomorrow night.
Always we have to ask, what is the prediction? How do you see it playing out on Saturday?
Dustin's going out in a stretcher. That's my prediction. Going out of this fight in a stretcher.
So yeah, as I said, he was a doctor's stoppage.
Boxing the bleeding head off him, kicking the bleeding leg off him. Usual dive to close the distance. This is not over.
Is Conor McGregor done?
I think yes.
Red done. The people that say that you're a shell of your former self, that you can't recreate the magic of 2016. What do you say to those people in closing?
If anybody can do it, it's going to be Conor. If anybody's going to...
To be honest, the third fight, Poirier capitalized on it. And he did it again. Leg kicks again. And Conor actually injured himself in the third fight with Poirier. So it wasn't a very good look for McGregor. And that's what happened.
Fight again, it's going to be Conor. But, it's that famous Marvin Hagler quote. It's hard to get out of bed and run in the cold when you sleep in silk
the return date for myself, the notorious Conor McGregor, for the greatest comeback of all time. Will take place in Las Vegas for International Fight Week on June the 29th. And the opponent. Who would you like to fight the next time you step in the octagon? Conor McGregor! You got it!
So yeah, that is the fight that they're saying that is going to happen. The Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is a guy that came from Bellator. He stayed there like a decade on Bellator. So this guy is a guy that has a very strong wrestling base. He has a very strong boxing as well. And yes, I think if this fight happens, I think if McGregor comes back to his prime, Conor, I think he will do well against Michael Chandler, but I don't think the old McGregor like this now, the old McGregor would do this to Michael Chandler, because Michael Chandler is still very, very strong, and he can knock you out as well, and he can take you down as well, like he did on the Poirier fight, like he knocked out Tony Ferguson with a kick. And yeah, I don't expect too many things of that fight. I don't know if it's going to happen. I still think it will be the Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz trilogy. I think that is the fight, is the more sellable fight.
McGregor versus Michael Chandler is now official. They will be fighting each other after.
I would be up to the fight. I think it's a very good fight, and I hope it happens. Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor, because it's a very fun favorite fight for me as well.
Coaching against each other on the Ultimate Fighter Season 31.
And then you're going to see visual of the head hanging off. You know, so second round KO.
They did the tough together.
So I'm just trying to say, as long as you show up for them, show up like you know, you look filthy on your opinion. It's my game.
As I was seeing the Twitters, I don't think McGregor wants to fight Michael Chandler. Don't get me wrong. I know Michael Chandler is trying to get that fight, but I don't think Conor wants it. He's playing a little bit, and I don't think he wants to fight him. So yeah.
This is my game forever.
Get out of my way.
So yeah, guys, I think that is it. The return of the Mac, the Conor McGregor film. So yeah, I'm wishing that the fight happens against Conor McGregor versus Mike Chandler. I think is one of the best fights they could ever make now in the 2024. And yeah, I hope you like contents like this, and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And if you have another request for me to react to, I will do any movies, music, series. Appreciate it,